Всем привет, продолжаем бегать по квесту. Я думаю, сегодня мы его уже закончим. Так, чертоги разума. Посмотрим. Так, ну тут, конечно, сложный выбор. Это, наверное, первый сложный выбор вообще за всю игру. То есть, получается, если мы отдадим фотографию Фогелю, вот этому, и он ее опубликует, то вот этот вот Бернадотти не поможет Нейли. Но, возможно, смотрите, тут получится так, что все-таки справедливость какая-то будет. А за счет того, что он поможет одной вот этой Нейли, которую изнасиловали, и, соответственно, всем другим беженцам будет нелегко. То есть они будут жить так же, как и жили. Ну, как-то, не знаю, конечно, с одной стороны, она этого заслуживает, да, то есть после всего, что с ней произошло. Но с другой стороны, оправдать вот этот поступок, мне кажется, неправильным. И мне кажется, более правильным было бы все-таки наказать этого посла. Я, наверное, так и сделаю. Потому что, если смотреть по двум этим решениям, тут нет правильного решения. Ну, вот, на первый взгляд очевидно, что это вот это. Но вот если поставить себя в реальную ситуацию, не дай бог, конечно, вот будь я детективом, Шерлоком Холмсом, Шерри, я бы все-таки, наверное, выбрала вот это. Давайте попробуем. О, хотя с одной стороны... Ладно. Все, погнали. Где там он? Опять буду его искать. Вот Гермес-авеню. Старый город. По-моему, это здесь. Ну, как мы искали долго в прошлый раз. Конечно, сейчас я немножко сомневаюсь по поводу своего решения. Но посмотрим, что будет. Хотя нет, я не сомневаюсь, все правильно. Так. Вот сюда. Мы туда побежали.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio, perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then.
I found the source of Mercurio's artistic inspiration. A photograph. What troubled me was that the sexual act captured was non-consensual.
She was violated? Dear God, how despicable.
Her abuser was in fact the British envoy. Mercurio took a picture of him committing the atrocity and then used it as artistic inspiration.
I had no idea a mere break-in would eventually expose such barbarity.
Mr. Vogel, I want you to make everything public, including the photograph. I'm sure you have a connection at the Cordona Chronicle.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, loyal to your own truth till the end. Yes, I'm acquainted with the staff of the Chronicle. The story is sensational, and will surely draw attention to the gallery. But you must be aware that exposing the scandal will further hurt the victim. Does that not bother you?
No matter what one does, the truth tends to come out, as well it should. I won't be the one to stand in its way.
Though it's only your subjective truth being exposed. Not that I'm judging. It's perfectly reasonable for everyone to have their own views.
When you called me, you knew exactly what you would get.
Oh, but I'm not like you, Mr. Holmes. I cannot be sure of anything. Regardless, I must thank you, for art's sake. Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained, specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine. And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
Так, и что это был за диалог? Я так подозреваю, что это был намек на то, что надо перепройти и изменить свое решение, но я не буду этого делать. Так, побежали домой. Мебели нет. Ладно. Кто это?
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I presume.
Correct. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Emilio Estevaux, happy to make your acquaintance. I am here on behalf of Mycroft, your brother. He's on his way to Cordona. In the meantime, he requests your assistance with a sensitive matter. My orders are to provide you with the details.
You have my attention, Mr. Estevaux.
Mark Ridley, the son of General Arthur Ridley, is being blackmailed. Suffice to say, the compromising material is of a delicate nature. The matter is of no small importance to the Crown, especially given the status quo on Cordona.
What about the status quo?
The Ottoman population holds a certain animosity towards the colonial rule. It's been this way since we took over the island. General Ridley made concessions with their leaders, but I'm afraid we are still teetering on the edge of open hostility.
What does Mycroft want me to do? Retrieve the blackmail material?
No, sir, nothing of the sort. Mark Ridley is meeting the blackmailer atop the old city bridge tower. You shall observe from a distance, then establish the blackmailer's identity. Do not attempt to arrest him. We'll handle it from there.
Saving the best for yourself? Fine.
There is a cafe just over the bridge that provides a good vantage point. Please report to me when you are done. I'll be waiting for you here, and remember, discretion is of the essence.
Just look at this thing. It's huge.
Спасибо. Классно.
It's a bizarre object, and yet oddly familiar.
Did you just remember something?
Yes. A room full of curiosities and artifacts. I think I can find it in the manor.
Sherlock. So, you continue to pursue the imaginary. I had hoped you might have got all this out of your system by now.
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Get out of my house.
It's my house, actually. I've come to bring you back.
I have no interest in returning, let alone with you. I know you lied about Mother all these years, claiming she was merely ill, but she was unstable. She never had tuberculosis. She was not recuperating, but mentally deteriorating, and you never once thought to tell me. How dare you?
I shall not indulge this petulant tantrum. You can just tire yourself out and then slink back to London with your tail between your legs.
Just tell me everything. I'm an adult now. Show me the basic courtesy of an explanation. You know I will find out eventually.
The goal was stability, and that's what you got. The right thing for everyone was to try and move on from her passing.
The consequences of one's actions determines what is right or wrong.
Yes, exactly. The ends justify the means. After leaving Cordona, Sherlock, you had a normal childhood. In London, I was able to support you, guide you, shape you into a fine and productive young man. You have so much potential, so much to offer society.
But that's not the end. Now I found the truth, and it has shattered everything I knew about her, about you, and about myself. I feel unstable because of you. Your actions were not justified. Lying never is.
Oh, grow up, Sherlock. It was a white lie which has as much use in the realm of the interpersonal as the international. It is time you come to accept that some things are bigger than yourself.
Oh, you are full of it. You like to pretend you care about the big picture, but it's just an ego trip. You like knowing more than others. You like greasing palms and rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful. You like having eyes and ears everywhere. The fact it helps the nation is incidental, because all you care about is yourself.
It's true. I have agents everywhere, including Cordona. If you weren't so damn stubborn, you'd realize that means I'm only here for you.
Интересно, что у них там произошло с Майнкрафтом. Наверное, причина не только в том, что тот умолчал о болезни.
another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Так, ну это оно. Это оно. Угу.
I remember returning home with a pair of perfect sticks. We wanted to turn them into training swords.
Oh, that's right. We stood there, frozen, staring at something huge in the main hall. It was a giant aquarium with a living mermaid in it.
Impossible, it must have been something else. Oh, of course, that mortifying hoax presently taking up space in our front yard.
Well, fine. Your memory's better than mine. But I'm sure we started examining it immediately. And someone else was around too.
It was my mother. She asked what I thought of the artifact.
You were really concentrating and holding something in your hand.
I inspected it with a magnifying glass and was able to confirm it was made of two different skeletons. The mermaid was a fake.
And so it was time to smash the thing. Your mother took a hammer and...
Slow down, John. That's not how it happened. I remember other people joined us. The workers took the artifact and placed it into the cabinet of curiosities. It became part of Mother's collection of fakes. She always said that the truth lies in the details. This mermaid helped me to learn that. Ah yes, my mother's studio. She was an authenticator, and this was her cabinet of curiosities.
I never saw the point. What does it matter if some artifact is real or not? It still exists.
Another fake Holy Grail. Its owner claimed to be the heir of King Arthur. Scarcely believable. He also insisted a deadly rabbit was hunting him. I remember this cozy blanket. It was perfect for...
Wigwam! Oh, that was a joy to build them. Imagining ourselves as wayfarers on the other side of the world.
По-моему, все дети строят домики. С чего попало.
Watkinson and Holman, Chapter One, by Wallace Dioram.
Oh, Mycroft. He always acts so serious, but then reads tripe like this.
Это
John,
намек
if
на
I remember
Шерлока.
correctly, you couldn't put this book down. One of the most ridiculous fakes I ever saw. Its owner insisted it was a polar bear. He thought the white paint on the brown fur wasn't noticeable. Mother said this was among the hunting trophies of a Scottish Viscount.
So he tried to persuade everyone that his forest was inhabited by these beasts. It would have been thrilling if it were actually true.
Oh, I remember these. We used them to spar together until Mycroft found out and forbade us from using real weapons. So many calling cards. Mycroft liked to keep useful people at hand. Reliable and driven. I recognize Mycroft's handwriting. Officer Luciano J. Placido. Carefully opened. Carefully opened.
Окей, почитать я могу.
Dated 24th of April, 1869.
Да.
This drawer was always closed. Only Mycroft knew how to open it.
I remember we tried to break it open and spy on him, but alas, had no success. Maybe today's the day. Ah, Sherry.
Ясно, значит, надо найти или ключ, или отмычки. Поехали.
1852, Bingley, West Yorkshire. This photo caused a lot of fuss. My mother spent some time to prove it was a fake.
Look, it's Roger. This jolly old man's well preserved. Even looks refreshed.
I doubt he drew much interest at the auction.
That's for the best. I'd be upset if he fell into the wrong hands.
Что-то разбили. Ктулху? Или что это? Похоже.
The so-called mummy of a Persian princess. The defrauders did good work, but missed one small detail. It's the mummy of a man. And this one was brought from a German museum. They claimed it belonged to Vikings. Nonsense, of course. Vikings never had horns on their helmets. Clearly, it was deliberately torn. I wonder why someone would do that. The Tulpa, Studies in Tibetan Mentalism. An impressive number of bookmarks. Someone was rather obsessed with this subject. The full plate armour of Sir Robert Saunford. I was told my father won it in a wager.
Armour is armour, but look at his sword. Oh, how badly I wanted to wield the blade. Maybe you take it instead of your pistol.
I'm starting to remember something.
Ты мне не поможешь, да? Ну ладно.
Ah, the memory comes back. We snuck about watching him.
He closed the drawer and went to the hall. We were like two shadows crawling behind him.
потеряла след. Верните след.
He opened the door to the postman, and they exchanged documents. If it was a real postman, of course. The painting on the wall was slightly atilt. He stopped and straightened it.
Мне, что ли?
Then he threw some logs into the fire and sat in his armchair to read.
It's as boring now as it was then. I'm sorry, Sherry, but I think that's it.
Wait, John, we never use the fireplace in the mornings. What if... A bit of juniper in the fireplace created a soothing atmosphere. It's the little things, isn't it? I think this is what we're looking for.
Ура! Нашли.
We made it. So what's there?
Single malt whiskey, Mycroft's favourite. Gifted by Queen Victoria herself.
Неплохо.
Otto Richter. This one is rather thick. Mycroft can be truly dogged in his research. Dossiers on the most influential people on Cordona. Mycroft always had a habit of building files on everyone he met.
Так, ну давайте, наверное, начнем с этого квеста. И пойдем по порядку. Нам нужно в Chronicle сюда.
Killed with one perfect shot.
Так, инсценировал смерть. Некролог среди новостей. Некролог. Сильвертон. Мгм. Мгм. Так, значит, нам надо одеться как-то так,
Killed with one perfect shot.
чтобы выглядеть своим.
Extra, extra! Thief throttled! A lady was living a double life as a...
Exquisite furniture for your own.
Come closer and try something on. You won't regret it. The finest clothes for the finest citizens.
Так, вот это явно оно. Дадут на прокат, интересно. Да?
Please, bring it back in time. Come closer and try something on. You won't regret it.
Склад номер 3. Где его найти? Интересно. Так, ну я вижу здесь решение бегать по всему Сильвертону и просто спрашивать у людей. У бандитов, точнее. Сильвертон это где-то тут. Вот это похоже на склад. Такие ребята. Ну, ты мне что-то скажешь? Не хочет. А вы? Нет. Скажет. Так, ну это явно склад. Просто... Особенно то, что они не хотят говорить со мной. Обалдеть. То есть я не активировала задание, поэтому они молчат.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I have heard many strange things, but nothing about this.
А если
Can I
так?
ask you a question?
I have heard many strange things, but nothing about this.
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you find the answer.
May I ask you something?
No, I don't know anything, friend.
Are you able to help me?
What make you think I can be of any help?
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dressed as what?
Ну, последний раз пишу.
May I ask you something?
Nah, never come across anything like this.
Дружелюбный разбойник. Улица животных. Ладно, поспрашиваем еще. Может, это склад номер 2? Так.
Could you help me?
You street folks should be illegal.
Серьезно? Ладно. А где же этот склад? Так, может быть, где-то возле воды. Может, где-то здесь. Где-то с этой стороны. Смотрим.
تسعدني رؤيتك.
Ну, это склад номер 1. Я хочу склад номер 3. Да, склад номер 1. Не то.
It's strange, but why should we complain? We'll be twice as fast today.
Is this familiar to you?
Nah, fella. I got no idea about this.
Блин, там был склад номер 2, я его пробежала. Ага, вот он. А это? Тю, блин. Оказывается, он с самого начала был на карте. Ладно. Зато открыли быстрое перемещение. Тоже очень полезно. туда.
Microinformer should be somewhere around here. Try not to mess it up, or you'll blow his cover.
Так. Вот он. Это он.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Hey, you're a lucky man. I know about this.
Слабили охрану, значит, надо туда
Could have
идти.
been more helpful, but all right.
И что, и всех мочить, получается? Да. Поехали.
Damn it! If only the boss were here, he'd show them.
I couldn't miss the party.
Oh! Ah!
Too simple.
Coming.
Ah! Oh! Oh!
No more crime for you until next. Don't bother.
The snuff's ready.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Где? Ой, господи.
Take a rest, my friend.
Как же вовремя ты всегда...
You can overcome the brute now.
I'm coming for you.
Too simple.
Кто? Господи. Ничего. А, ну да, дробовик. Все ясно. Так, а этого чувака куда стрелять?
Get ready for some pain.
Get ready for some pain. Куда тебя? Куда ж тебя, если не в лицо? Оу, не умирай. Не умирай. Так, ладно. Давай ближе.
The snuff's ready.
No more crime for you until next month.
Все, отлично, даже не убили никого. Я начинаю привыкать.
Ugh, great job, Sherry. You had one chance and you blew it.
Как же так? Раньше не могли сказать. Ну ладно. Выйти я не могу, да? Печально. Что это?
I sought out the eel's warehouse, but alas, Friedrich Panzer was nowhere to be found.
So I heard. I must say, this is a distinctly underwhelming outcome. Your brother expected better from you.
Well, nothing is ever to Mycroft's satisfaction, so little has changed.
Since you're here, Mr. Holmes, how about an interview? Strictly on background? Get to know the real you. Mycroft is rather tight-lipped, as you know.
Information is Mycroft's currency, and he does not disperse it lightly. He will tell you a barefaced lie without hesitation if it advances his cause. As for your request, I'm afraid the real me pales in comparison to your vivid imagination. An interview would do us both a disservice.
Perhaps it's best to let the mystery be. Now, on to other matters. We have another case for you. Are you interested?
I'd never hear the end of it from Mycroft if I declined, so please, Miss Sertle, fill me in.
I cannot. Your brother insisted that the contents of this envelope were for your eyes only. I can merely wish you a clear mind and a fleet foot.
Так, вот это сета-стрит. Я буду каждую дверь проверять. Хотя, если это магазин, то, наверное, должна быть какая-то вывеска. Явно. Может, да, букс, оно.
A bit dusty. Hasn't been touched for a couple of days.
Сапожник. О.
You did wear your favorite boots. Such devotion.
Легко быть детективом, когда у тебя такая способность. Я думаю.
Angelo's footprints end here, abruptly. Not a good sign. A colourful piece of fabric as a bookmark. An elegant decision. This must have left a grievous wound.
Ударили по голове, походу.
Someone had to stand here for a couple of hours at least. "11 cigarette ends of the same brand. Somebody spent some considerable time here. A hasty job by an amateur, but Angelo was taken by surprise nevertheless." Are you able to help me?
You shouldn't have left your mansion. You won't get any answers from me.
Где ты?
Don't pass by. Welcome. Let's pick something that suits you. Be careful with what you've taken.
Всё.
Seni görmek güzel.
Good heavens! You heard how the priest was butchered. Good heavens! Good heavens.
Интересно, сколько заданий так можно пропустить, если бегать просто по прямой дороге. Ага, ребята, привет.
Could you help me? No, brother. That's out of my knowledge.
Can I ask you a question?
That's new to me. There is nothing I can tell you.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Are you able to help me?
Brother, you're fortunate I know something about this.
Роуд это здесь. Возвращаемся. Кто-то помог пьяному приятелю спуститься по лестнице. А какой лестнице? Интересно. Это может быть.
Can I ask you a question?
You'd do better to hide yourself at home and do not ask anybody such questions.
Здесь лестницы нет. Похоже, вот. Здесь еще что-то должно быть.
Excuse me, just one question.
That's new to me. There is nothing I can tell you.
Что, где? Ага, есть. Вот эта повозка.
Someone desperately tried to stop the bleeding. Green silk, a bit worn and faded, but still an impressive hat. I think I found the place where they took Angela.
Драка? Ну да. Поехали. Ой.
Couldn't miss the party.
Take a rest, my friend.
Ох, нифига себе. Слушайте. Кто там? Ага. Шляпников я люблю. Легче всех вырубать.
Too simple.
Да. А ты...
Don't bother moving.
Давайте.
Give him the pepper snuff. It's all yours now. Go for it.
Да елки-палки.
Too simple.
The snuff's ready.
Где? О, дробовички, не люблю.
I couldn't miss the party.
Don't cry, you'll...
Give him the pepper snuff. It won't work this way.
Быстрее, быстрее, быстрее.
I'm coming for you.
Take a rest, my friend.
Ой, прости, прости.
The snuff's ready.
Я не убила, да, тебя? Хорошо.
I thought we were
Боже
against
мой.
murder.
Ну, нечего это самое прыгать рядом со мной.
I'm coming.
Too simple.
Time to knock this guy out.
Обалдеть. Дробовик это серьезно, конечно.
Can overcome the brute now.
Прям боевой Аладдин.
My friend.
Ой. Так, что ж тут еще можно применить? Давай, давай.
Get ready for some pain.
Ну что, тебя торкнуло, нет?
Overcome him, don't.
I'm coming for you.
Что же
Give him
может
the
быть?
pepper snuff.
Давай.
Ow! Don't bother moving.
Всё,
You've
отлично.
lost.
Отличненько. По-моему, только одного убили.
The bandits had as much fun as they could.
Ключ.
Keys of different shapes and sizes. What could you open with these?
От камер, конечно.
They were tracking down Angelo.
Все.
Bloodstains all over the mattress. Quite a collection of books, but none of them with FD as the author.
Мертвый.
At last, I found you, Angelo. They severed his finger while he was still alive.
Кошмар. Как мучить.
He sustained a great many injuries. Mycroft should know about this.
Так, ну продолжим уже в следующей серии. Оставайтесь, дальше будет интересней.